Hi, welcome to the Dark Arts toolsets. This is going to be a super fast run through some of the tools to get you underway, and yeah, to see how many we can cover as fast as possible. Okay, so the first tool we're going to look at is a really handy tool. Probably something that you're used to doing manually 1,000 times a day. This is a ground snap. So basically, it snaps the bottom vertice to the origin, like so, which is obviously really handy when you've got various objects and you just want to have them sitting on your ground, and you want to make sure that you're getting a perfect sort of contact of your ambient occlusion and so forth. So yeah, the ground snap really handy. One of the other things you can quickly do with it is you can type a number here into the Dark Arts text field. So if I type in 5, for instance, I can click on that, that, and that. Let's go into my front view, turn on the grid so you can see the numbers. So we've got 5 units up there. And if I click the ground snap tool, just over here, it'll snap that to 5 units high. I can put in negative values like so, and it'll also do that. So if I go back to 0, so that's our first tool, ground snap. Really handy. I'm sure you guys will find that really, really useful. Okay, so moving along. The next thing I'll show you is it's the scene setup. We have a studio setting set up here. So if I click on that, I can set a distance, and that'll quickly just create 3 lights. So you have a key light, fill light, and just another fill light, which is your roof light. And the idea of these lights is to give you one-to-one lighting intensity right on the origin. So I'll just delete those off for the moment. You also have this here, which is a intensity setting. So basically what that'll do is if I have an object here, and I'll just bring some lights again, 20, and delete these guys and pull this guy away. So the idea of the light intensity is that you see that intensity value here. So this is based on a quadratic fall-off. If I click on that object and I click my light intensity button, it'll adjust that intensity to give you a one-to-one intensity on your object, just so that you know that you're getting the color that you picked. So it's a real fast way of just making sure that you don't have to guess or anything like that, and it's just real accurate. And so I can just constantly click on that and update it, and that'll work on any sort of lights, your area lights, your point lights, your spotlights. So that's the light intensity. The next one over is just a quick button just to change your render view over to a linear format. So if I bring up my render view and just render this quickly. Have our cube there. So if I click on that, this will just switch it over to a linear format. So if I get display, color management, and you can see all it's really doing is just changing this over. So we've got a linear for our input, which is Maya's default, and a sRGB for our color display, just for just to match our monitors. Okay, so that's that. And the next one we're going to look at is just the white cyc. So if I click on this, type in 20, it'll automatically create a white cyc with some nice rounded edges just to bounce light and give you that infinity plane. Okay, so real nice and fast for creating a white cyc. I can obviously trash that off, make another one, make it bigger, and so forth. So I mean, obviously you can just scale it and that'll work as well, but it's nice and handy. And the next one's really handy. It's pretty much what I use just to set up my scenes straight off the bat. So I'll click on that, give it a value, say 50 for instance, and what that'll do is it'll create white cyc. It also creates my studio lighting, and it'll adjust it so that it fits inside my white cyc beautifully. And we also get just a render cam, so it's basically the sense that's ready to go, and that'll automatically switch your view over to a linear format. So if I look through my camera, throw in a object, so I'll just template that, throw in just put this there, snap that to the grid, and render this out quickly. And as you can see, straight off the bat, getting nice lighting fall off, and yeah, studio lighting straight away. And you can see that the infinity plane just sort of falling off just over here, sort of thing. So it's just a real nice way of bouncing light in and just, yeah, setting up your scene nice and quickly. Okay, so and this is also a toggle, so I can click that again and it'll delete everything except for the render cam. So if I toggle that one more time, maybe make it 100 units, render that, and what you'll notice is pretty much exactly the same as what we were. Okay, so there's our render, and okay, so moving along to our next button. So this one here is basically just a image plane. So if I click on that, it'll ask me to just create like an image plane. So this uses geometry as opposed to Maya's image plane based system. And it's just a system that I personally prefer. So if I go confirm, I can bring in an object or a color. So I'll bring in this, for instance, and it'll automatically, if I go 6 to skin by text view, so it'll automatically resize this plane just to be the right dimensions to fit whatever object that you're bringing in. And then obviously I can do the same thing again and say do it in Z. I can either use the same object or I can use something else. Just for the purposes of this, I'll just use the same object. So you can see it creates nice and easy. And the other good thing about the fast setup, which is this here, if I click that again, it'll ask me if I wanted to get rid of my image planes, and in this case I'll say yes. So that's just a quick way of just tidying up your scene. So you left just your render camera, just in case you've moved it around for whatever purposes. So I'll bring the sliding setup again, and I'll start just going over the nice shading system that's